I hope that it's at least a little bit clear from how that matchup went that like the things that people complain about in Injustice so far are not. I just don't think that's like the thing. Black Adam zoning from full screen and you know whoever it is, Batman zoning from full screen, whatever. That's not why those characters win. Anyway, in my view, I don't know if that's accurate, but in my view, certainly that's not why they win. I feel like they win because they have so Black Adam, excellent sniper. I feel like that's the way that I think about him, is as a sniper. He is full screen and he's sniping a jump, he's sniping a dash. He doesn't want to just throw a lightning or a black magic or something or a dive kick. He wants to hopefully catch you moving in a way that's going to lead into huge damage, because you know, he does giant damage for sure. It's just that if the opponent is very patient, I feel like it's hard for that to happen. Like that's not easy to actually accomplish. And for Batman, that's not his archetype. His archetype, I feel like, is much more about mid-range control and pressure. But interestingly, he doesn't really do it with footsies. I don't think that character has good footsies. There's not like a mid-range button that I'm worried about. Instead, it's the bats. The bats are like, thinking about that character. If he didn't have bats, I don't think he'd be bad. But that allows him to just move, and movement is good in fighting games. Movement's always good. I think he's super strong. My own opinion is that I think Batman is either the best or top 3 for sure. But thinking about like the other zoners, Aquaman is much the same as Black Adam. He wants to snipe from afar. He wants you to run into stuff, and he's hopeful that you're going to. But if you don't, then he has, you know, a tougher time opening you up from farther away. You know, Aquaman I think is better than Black Adam. His mid-range game is very strong. He has really good normals. Although I think that Scarecrow wins in that regard. But you know, he does do well against a lot of the cast, I feel. It's just that I don't think that it's long term going to be about, oh, I did a tentacle from super far. I don't think that's really what it's going to be about. Let's go to the old practice. And that's how I feel about almost all the zoners. If you think about it, like, very few people in this game have projectiles that are mids. Right? There are really only a few. I mean, Meter Burn, there are some more, but like Dr. Fate, he's got the slow moving fireball that's mid, but it takes forever to come out. And he has a zoning tool that's mid in the tentacle, but it's so slow, and it's punishable from mid-screen by some characters, including the Scarecrow. And after you block it, you get a free dash. This guy has no mids except for Meter Burn. Actually, is even Meter Burn Fireball a mid? I don't really recall. I had a long set with Godspeed yesterday, and I feel like the character's zoning is not important. It's like not, and even Godspeed agreed. He said that he felt the same way. It's more about pressure than zoning. Same thing for this guy.
Darkseid.
Everybody's worried about beams.
Superman.
Oh, beams. Aren't they so good? Oh, no, I didn't turn on competitive mode, but oh well. What is it? Down back 1, down forward 1. Yeah, these guys, who cares? Just duck. Like, literally doesn't matter to me. If he wants to spend meter to have, what is it? Meter burn, yeah. That's fine. You can spend meter on that. It doesn't really matter to me. And a lot of characters, if he throws a projectile from this range and they duck it, they can just whip punish it, because he's there forever. So I'm going to do this and then hold up. Look at that, I'm there for so long. That's not to say I think Darkseid is weak, though. I think he's quite strong. It's just more about these guys and setups, high-low games, and pressure. And the zoning, I feel like it's more, it's like what Batman zoning is, which is meter building. It's a meter building game. It's not damage by itself. It's not zoning to zone. It's zoning with an eye to getting meters so that you have, you know, escape options, you have damage options, you can wager better. All the other things that you get with meter. Not, well, actually, let's go to this guy, because we got another potential zoner, right? Like, so whenever you block one of these guys, get a free dash. In fact, it's the same way with this. You can't just keep doing it in a way that like doesn't let you move. You see the huge startup on this guy? There's a lot. This is the same. Now, I feel like his zoning was more credible because he does have a mid. Right? You do have to respect this. You can't just walk and block. You can walk and block against this. Walk and duck, I should say. Walk and duck. And then this really controls the stage well. Some characters have real trouble getting over it, getting under it, whatever you want to do. So I think his zoning is probably more real than most. Certainly his damage is sick, and he's a good character up close, and he's got good wake up, and yada yada. He's definitely a strong character. But then thinking about some of the other ones, I mean, we talked about Black Adam. Well, he played Black Adam, you can see that. Poison Ivy, I like, but I don't feel like she's as like a zoner in the same kind of way. She definitely has good mid-screen buttons. She's got good footsies. She has really good trait that allows her to set up like a sick sequence of meter building and chip damage. That's what she wants. You know, otherwise she could set up pressure with it. It's this guy who I feel like has the credible zoning in this game, and that's what everybody thinks. It's not some revolutionary idea. Everybody thinks he's good, but certainly it's because he has mids. He has mid projectiles that you have to really respect, and it's not even like Superman's where like he does a mid projectile and then you get a free dash. I don't know if people have seen that before, but it's not revolutionary. Oh, screwed that up. I just wanted to do it as fast as possible. There it is. So let's do this. You get a free dash, right? Yay. Anyway. I actually don't know what his inputs are now that I think about it. Yeah, so that's that. So this is a high, which is duckable. It's just that it's so fast. That's all. I mean, think about old Soupies, right? This guy. So that's about as fast as I can make it happen. And again, you get to do dash, right? Even characters with awful dashes get to move after that. You can do stuff, and if he's at this range and he threw it, oh, I don't know what Deadshot's punish is. Probably what is it? Yeah. Well, anyway, it's not exactly a punish, but you could probably do something. Maybe it's the rolling knee. What is that? Probably like, yeah, this thing. I don't know. Anyway, the point is that in between Superman's projectiles you can move, but with Deadshot, like, not really. You can walk and block, but not a lot. And then there's this whole mid-range comprised of, I know I can't really show it because it's a screen and I can't just like point it out to you, but like there's a whole range that's like here, which is probably like down back 3. No, what's this guy, and then the far version. I gotta look it up. I don't know what your moves are, dude. Wrist cannon, trick shot, far trick shot. Oh, it's down. Okay. Yeah. So there's this giant range where this is relevant. Look at that. I mean, it's very good. Now it has more delay. Oh, down, not up. It has more delay, so you can't just like do it constantly, and lots of characters can jump in between those hits and not be super scared or whatever. It's just that it's a legit mid, and then he has this, and that is really good because that's legit damage from far. And again, it's a mid. It's not a high like most of the zoning in this game is. It's got great pushback. So it's like this it's the combination for sure. If it was just this guy, or if it was just this guy, down. Or even if it was just this guy. Like, those are all nice. And then what is it? This thing is the last one, down back 2? Yeah. Jackie Briggs. Is that a meter version? Yeah, okay. So it's like all those in combination that make him strong. That said, I don't want to claim that I think he's OP. In fact, I feel like he's probably, in the end, not a top 3 character. But much in the way that Superman has good zoning and sick damage output and good footsies and stuff, Deadshot is like kind of the opposite of that. He has sick zoning and then pretty good damage and pretty good footsies. Back one is really good. Look at that. it's quite far. You know, it doesn't really look like it, but it's maybe like half screen, a little bit closer than that. Bam, yes. And then what is the other one? Probably like forward 2 or something. Yeah. The overhead. He has a real overhead low game. And if you even look at the startups on these guys, back 1, the low, 13 frame startup, forward 2, 15 frame startup. That's almost identical. It's very tough for humans to tell the difference. And that means that both of them are about equally credible. Like this is about the same range. I guess there's a little bit of a range where back 1 will hit, overhead doesn't quite, but about the same range. I don't know the string, back 1, 2, something. Oh, +3? Yeah, okay. So, you know, you got a nice string out of that guy. What's it, forward 2, 3? You know, you got a nice string out of this guy. That means that they're both basically credible options, and not many characters in this game even have like a credible overhead low game, like a safe, credible overhead low game. -50, not great, but what's the thing that you do? There's one of these buttons you cancel and didn't make yourself safe. Oh, right, it's this thing, because that's plus. So, you know, you see that it's, if it's blocked, then you do knee something? Assassin knee, meter burn. Oh, -3, I thought it was plus, but in any case, it's safe. So, you know, he's got a real overhead low game, and that's, I think, what is more gonna keep him towards the top. It's not just that he has a strong zoning game, it's that he's got a good up close game too. So. Anyway, this has been a huge tangent. In conclusion, zoning is pretty good, but it's not that fantastic. Other stuff is good too. Pressure's great. Footsies are excellent. A lot of stuff in this game. A lot of different types of characters. So, alrighty. See yas.